Hi, my name is Taj. I'm the left half of this book which Exile Edition has put forward, Alphabestiary. And the right side you have Bruce Meyer. So you have poems by me and essays by him.
Hi, I'm Bruce Meyer. I'm the right half of Alphabestiary that's co-authored with Taj. He's provided the poetry, I've provided the prose exegesis pieces, so that the book is actually an emblem book in very much the 18th century sense.
The QR is putting the oral back into the book.
Well, yeah, it's when it was mentioned to us that this would be a possibility,
Yes.
what people are seeing now,
Sure.
it struck me that this was kind of like the talking pictures in Harry Potter.
Sure.
And it's the idea that suddenly that there is no solidity to the written text. Now the written text is something that comes alive electronically, and it's not just the imagination that's at work in the book anymore,
Yes.
or the reader's mind. It's this, suddenly they can actually see it. And instead of trying to imagine what we sound like in terms of our voice and our appearance and things like that, they're actually seeing it. Now, I don't know whether that's a good thing or not. But
It's almost, it brings to mind what Marshall McLuhan in one of his books did. He drew a quadrant,
yeah.
and he said four things happen when a new technology comes into place. And one of the things it does is it makes something obsolete. But one thing it does, it revives an ancient technology. And here I find that the QR, the cutting edge, at least in North American books, which is going to be in this book, is reviving the ancient oral tradition.
Well, that's where what
Yes.
Homer started off as. That
Sure.
the Odyssey, the Iliad were originally sung, and if you look at Book 8 of the Odyssey,
Yes.
they actually describe a performance of the Iliad that takes place in the palace of King Alcinous. And
Sure.
Odysseus suddenly realizes he's the guy that's being sung about,
Yes.
and he makes himself known to the Phaeacians and so
Yes.
forth. So it's interesting because this sort of now takes us full circle, because you started off as an oral poet,
Yes.
and after much persuasion got you to write the
Right.
things down so
Yeah.
they wouldn't be lost. But now suddenly we're back to the point where the book is talking back at the reader.
Right.
And I kind of like that idea.
Sure.
It's the kind of sense of you are there, that literature is a live performance, but it's
Yes.
also something that people experience in the moment,
Yes.
rather than just experiencing it as in the Edenic present of the text, the idea that as you read the text it comes alive but it doesn't change. As far as I see it, it's a new form of arubication. It's a new form of, like arubication was the act of adding color to a text,
Yes.
which was something that the Aldus Manutius in ancient in Renaissance Italy came up with, the idea that you could actually add an extra dimension to the text, you could add color to it.
Yeah.
Well, now this is taking this several steps further. This is suddenly the idea that the book talks back to the reader.
If I link back to what you mentioned earlier about Ulysses in your QR, about the horse and his obsession with the horse, the interesting thing about the horse, I'm just digressing now, is if you look at a column, when an engineer sees a column, he sees gravity descending. When an architect looks at a column, he sees grace ascending. And I find in the horse poem, which is there in the book, there are these two words being used. It says, my body is all gravity, my ankles all grace. And I find a book which has both the cold print and the voice is covering both these aspects, the gravity and the grace, the coldness of the logic of it, as well as the animation of the spirit.